Welcome to the Polar Homestead. We learn finance, permaculture and prepping. A modern view of the world. Don't forget, freedom is in your hands. Stay safe and vigilant, friends. And now your host, Ralph KK. Launch in 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Hello and welcome to the apocalypse. This is me, your host, Ralph KK, and this is the podcast. And here we are, almost in November, just 2 months left of this year, and this year was just crazy. So many things just happened. I mean, you know what they say, like, sometimes nothing happens in years or in decades. But then there is that 1 year where decades happens in 1 year. So this year, this was the year where everything happened at the same time, and it was just crazy. I hope you're all preparing for the apocalypse. I hope you're all stacking up those potatoes, those pasta boxes, some water in the shelf somewhere hidden, you know, in case there is some radioactive event, as you might see on the news right now. It's like a quite trendy topic: protection from radioactivity. If you're watching the news, you might have heard that NATO is conducting nuclear exercises in Europe. Isn't that funny? Isn't that interesting? This kind of behavior, it just proves that us, the human race, we are just monkeys. Regardless of how advanced we think we are, regardless of how civilized we think we are, deep within we are just monkeys with a monkey brain. And inside this monkey brain, deep within, we still have this small reptilian brain at the base of everything. We are some kind of biological machine that cannot go against its instincts, its impulses. And the whole result of our biological equation, it is that we are monkeys. This is who we are. So why do I say this? Because these NATO exercises, this is just a show of force, a show of, or what did they call it? They call these exercises a show of preparedness. Preparedness for what, bro? To start dropping some nukes on some other country? I mean, like, what the hell? So this kind of behavior, it is as if you're some kind of monkey and you're just beating your chest with your fists like a gorilla, to pretend to be big, to pretend to be noisy, to show who is the boss in town, to show who is the alpha male. So let's pretend that NATO is some kind of big gorilla trying to show to all the gorillas around that who is the boss, who is the alpha male. These nuclear exercises by NATO, this is what it is. This is monkey behavior. Okay, anyhow, in another news, in the UK we have a new Prime Minister. No, it is not Boris Johnson. Luckily, it is not him. He decided to quit and he said, okay guys, it's not the right time for this. I must take leave of absence or something. Anyway, he said, yeah, it's not the time for me to step up. Maybe another time, but not today. So he quit the race, and this guy, Rishi Sunak, he is now the new Prime Minister. But I mean, isn't this suspicious? Isn't this like so much strange and suspicious? At the beginning, I mean, I think I talked about this, that the way that Liz Truss, that the way that she was elected, like the media was pushing for this all around. I mean, everywhere you see like everybody supporting Liz Truss, saying like, yeah, she's the best thing since sliced bread with butter on top, you know, she's the savior of the United Kingdom, whatever. And then as soon as she was elected, then I mean, but just like clockwork, very funnily, it was like 1 week or 2 weeks after, suddenly the media turned against her. I mean, that's just like so strange. So after Liz Truss, she was elected, like 1 week, 2 weeks later, the media just turned against her, and you see bad news about her. Just two weeks after, like so strange. I mean, it was almost bizarre to see this. So the whole media, the whole show turned against her, and all you could see is bad news about her. And then very suspiciously, like 1 month later, she resigned after she almost completely destroyed and collapsed the United Kingdom's economy and the pound. I mean, after she almost completely destroyed it with the policies that she imposed. And this is like so suspicious, because it makes it seem as if she was put there to take the fall. Yeah, now you see the conspiracy theory here. But this is not, I mean, I am not the only one saying this. A lot of people, I mean smart people, they are saying the same thing, that it looks as if she was put there just to take the fall for all the mess that is happening to the United Kingdom's economy, and the pound is just like such a mess. It's like near collapse. The mainstream media, they will not talk about it, but yeah, it is a near collapse for the British economy. So this woman, Liz Truss, she was just there hanging out for like 1 month. She was Prime Minister, then she quit, she retired from being Prime Minister. And now she's entitled for life to some kind of pension for being Prime Minister. So every year, for the rest of her life, she's going to get something like 100 and something pounds, 120,000 pounds, something like this, just for being there one month and just taking the fall. And now she's entitled to this huge amount of money. I mean, 120,000 pounds per month. In 10 years, this is like 1,200,000. 20 years, 30 years, 3,600,000 pounds. Just for working there 1 month and ruining the British economy. Wow, I mean, like, I would like to be Prime Minister just for, 1 week and then get this pension, you know, that would be like very nice, very lovely. Okay, anyhow, so we got this guy, Rishi Sunak now, he's the Prime Minister. I believe he is of Indian heritage. So this guy, the new Prime Minister, apparently he comes from a humble background. When he was a child, he was just a commoner, one of the peasants among us, yeah? He was just one of us, according to his Wikipedia page. Apparently his father, he was a doctor, a GP, and his mom, she was a chemist, and they were of humble backgrounds. And so he grew up like a usual guy, and then he went to university. He got to one of the top universities in the United Kingdom, where only the elite they go. He got there by because he had like very good grades. He had like A plus in everything. He went there. He got involved with the wealthy people, with the elite, and then he changed. So he graduated from university. Then he went to work in JP Morgan. He was there a couple of years. Then he quit JP Morgan and he got involved in politics. But, I mean, do you want to guess how much money this man from humble origins, how much money does he have right now? According to some estimate, he has around a fortune of around 700 million pounds, something like this. That sounds a bit shocking, doesn't it? And then, check this out. He is married to a woman that she's from India. Her father, he's a tech guru from India. He's one of the richest men in India. And she, the wife of Rishi Sunak, she herself is a billionaire. How much does she have? I'm not sure exactly, but she is a billionaire. So we have the wonder couple, the magic couple. The guy, now he's a prime minister. He came from humble origins. He made his fortune, and now he's the prime minister of Great Britain. Okay, so check this out. This man from humble origins, he built his fortune and he got to the top, and now he's prime minister. So we can assume that he is very smart, he's very intelligent, and you know, people who get rich, to get rich, they must know what they're doing. Basically, to get rich, you have to open many businesses. You need to make these businesses work. You need to make them profitable, and you use repeat the same pattern over and over and again until you become rich. So you can do this with the business, you can do this with investments. The point is that rich people, they find some kind of pattern to repeat to make money, and then they just repeat it over and over and over again until they make huge amounts of money. So the point being here is that this guy, the new prime minister, Rishi Sunak, he's very smart, he's very intelligent, he is very capable, and he can solve the problems that the United Kingdom has right now. He can solve everything if he really wants. If he really wants, he can just make like the United Kingdom a new utopia. He can do it. But here's the catch. What happens if the opposite happens? I mean, what happens if, while he's prime minister, what happens if the United Kingdom goes into complete ruin and everything collapses and just everything goes bye-bye? Then what does this mean? it means that this was some kind of controlled collapse. You know, the Agenda 2030, the Great Reset, the big conspiracy, you know? So this guy, the new Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, he's very smart, he's very intelligent, he's very capable. There is just absolutely no way that he could take the United Kingdom into ruin if it is not on purpose. So then if you see the opposite happen, that the United Kingdom goes into ruin, the pound destroyed, the economy destroyed, then this means that this was created on purpose. This means that the Agenda 2030 is real, that the Great Reset is real, and then that this is not a conspiracy, that this is the truth. So for all of you out there, you have to carefully watch what is happening, what are the actions of this new Prime Minister going to be. You just have to watch. I mean, if it, like some really dumb things start to happen again, then there's your answer. That all these dumb things happening, they are done on purpose. They are not mistakes. Because this guy, he's very capable. He's very capable of making the United Kingdom into some great utopia. But if he doesn't do it, it's like some really dumb things start to happen again. If the United Kingdom becomes a banana republic, it means that this was done on purpose. Anyways, anyhow, regardless of what is happening around you, I mean, you should always be prepared by yourself. Regardless if the Great Reset is like really happening in front of us. Agenda 2030, you know, if this is really happening, regardless if it is happening or not, you should be prepared by yourself. By the way, if you don't believe in conspiracy theories, at the moment there is some kind of a crisis building up in the USA. So supposedly the diesel fuel is about to run out within 1 or 2 weeks, yeah. And I mean, like, all of this is perfectly timed with the elections in the USA. They're currently in 1 or 2 weeks. I'm not exactly sure, but it's in November 11, I think, something like this, or November the 7th. They're going to select or vote for the Americans. They're going to vote for new representatives, and everybody's unhappy. Which, of course, this means that the Democrats, they will lose their seats, and then everybody's going to vote for the Republicans. So Biden, he's trying like very, very hard to make everything seem good and perfect, or as good as possible, until the day of the vote. So like a lot of people are speculating or like predicting that just after the vote goes through, like maybe 1 week later, then like the total and absolute apocalypse will fall upon the land of America. Like, you know, like so like the prices of food, they will just skyrocket. The prices of gasoline, it will just skyrocket. And then the diesel shortages, they will be like pretty obvious, and then apocalypse. Why would there be a apocalypse if there is no diesel? Okay, so like most machinery in the industrial sector, they use diesel to power their engines, right? So like for example, trucks, they mostly use diesel, and everything that is transported by land inside the USA, like everything, this includes food, clothes, electronics, everything is transported by land, and all these big trucks, they use diesel. So what happens if there is no diesel to put in the trucks? Yeah, then This means that there will be shortages of most of everything, shortages and price increases. So it is already known today that there is no diesel, it is running out, and Biden is trying to push this as far as possible after the vote, so that according to him the Democrats could keep their position. But yeah, it is very unlikely. Most likely the Republicans will win, and then the situation where you call the president a lame duck, because this means he has no power, because the majority in the Senate is going to be Republican, so there will be no way for him to pass like new laws, new legislation, whatever, because the Republicans will vote against him. So he's trying very hard to avoid this situation so that he doesn't become a lame duck. Anyways, the conspiracy says that within 2 to 3 weeks we will see a huge, massive apocalypse, and that the current illusion that things are just fine and perfect and dandy and whatever, like, the illusion will fall after the vote takes place. So 2-3 weeks, and then we will see what reality is really like. But if you're a prepper, you should not be afraid, because then you've been stocking potatoes. You've been stocking up on potatoes, your pasta, your water, and you will be fine. Hopefully. Keep on prepping, and I'll see you next time.
Nobody sees what I see, how I long to be released. Possibility is what I crave, a truth that may save me. To bitter wind I cast, dogwood white with flower, I believe. Fever, joy, in laughter and in misery. Selfish words are within my reach, but I do stay my hand. I wish you do the same. Honor what is clear and plain as day. Dogwood white with flower, I believe. Fever and joy, in laughter and in misery. Have lived in many truths. There are some I'm bound to lose. Kindness is a place of peace. It is within our reach. To bitter wind I cast, dogwood white with flower, I believe. believe. Oh, I believe. Oh, I believe. Oh, I believe.